Hey, it's Ronan. Hey, Nerf Clan. Doing a little bit of an overview of the JPanther. Struggle with this tank, and part of it is the armor. And left-hand side, you'll see a mastery game I just had. Right-hand side, you'll see the armor. And you noticed it had a lot of light yellow, meaning no armor on this tank other than the front. But really good front armor, especially if you angle the tank, even 189 millimeter there, if you're hull down. Makes a big difference for this tank. I think using the -8 and angling as well. And you'll see in the next battle and this battle how when you angle the tank, it can really bounce some shots. First of all, this is Winter Malinovka, and what you're seeing is a spot that I haven't used too often, but I did in this battle. A nice little plug there, the Dicker Max was HE. Really like the spot because it hides my lower cupola, which you saw in the armor there, that, you know, the lower cupola does not have a lot of good armor, even angled it's around 90 millimeters. Straight on it's a lot less. And this has got a nice little hump there, and in a case where most of the team goes to A on the enemy team, which is that's pretty frequent actually in this round, you can hide and angle right from this spot and really tear the team apart. I think I did about 3,700 damage on this match, and I only got one kill. Somebody was finishing him for me, but I did just park here and just continue to just pound these guys and use adrenaline. An angle to bounce. That was one of the only shots I think I took in the entire match. It was a good shot from the IS-2. But then I just stayed back and pummeled them with this tank. That is really a good way to use this tank as a hull down sniper. I don't think, kind of like if you think about the OBJ 263 line, the SU-101s, etc. I don't think this is a flanker like those tanks, or at least when I've used it that way. I always get caught in. I think it has to do a combination of the armor and the speed and the side armor, lack of side armor. And the reality is that when you use this tank a little bit more use the speed of the tank to get to a good position like this one. And then you can start pounding people with from a good vantage point. Found it to be really effective, and I like it. I'm still at a terrible win rate with it, one of the worst win rates I've had recently with a new tank. But I did this video to kind of analyze a little bit of what I've done, how to tweak it. I have had 2 masteries with it for whatever reason, but I kind of, when I get in a good position, the tank plays great, and if you use the angle, and you see that lovely 310 alpha, RNG was good to me on that one. 310 alpha with this L52 is a big difference. It was buffed recently. So this game's over. You'll see it's a mastery. A couple of things with the tank, if you can see the lower right-hand side, just how I run it. So I am using, like I said, the L52, and if you compare the L52 to the L71, the difference is really that the reason I kept the L52 is the penetration. I don't like giving up 12, penetration of 12 there on that. That's really low, too much to give up, and so that's one of the reasons. I use regular consumables there. Provisions is what I always run as well. And equipment-wise, I don't use a rammer. I don't think it needs a rammer. I think it's got plenty of penetration. You see the 2760 DPM, which is for a 310 alpha cannon with a gun that's got for a tank that has gun depression, some good front armor is great. So this battle, Arthur and I run over here, and actually, if you look at the mini map, there's 3 of us, and it actually ends up being versus 5, 3 versus 5. And this guy in the VK30P just gets demolished pretty quickly. So then it's Arthur now versus around 5 tanks. And I think what worked in this battle was just actually angling like crazy. And it was versus a lot of tier 6s, which saved me, obviously. But I think you see there's a guy there behind us. And all I try to do is pick out the weakest tank and angle. And luckily, I was able to bounce a lot of shots. Right there, Arthur, one thing I've had as trouble with the JPanther is you do get COD'd, Circle of Death, pretty easily by a lot of tank, and there's the new European one doing that to Arthur. Luckily, he wasn't able to get around me, and his friends really weren't helping him that much, which was great, for a little bit anyway. And I was able to kind of pin him here. And you see that JPanther really does bounce. I mean, angle, and you just keep on angling him, and he had a heck of a time penetrating me. 225, that might be the lower. And then this guy here, the T-3485, was hitting me a couple of times, but once I killed his friend, he wasn't so good. But then I got in a situation where KV-1S came up. So again, I'm still battling what felt like the whole team. And KV1S got me pretty good, I have to admit. And I luckily, he had a low roll, I think, 359. But I was able to dispatch with both of these, caught this guy on fire, got the KV1S here as well. And I think I chalk it up all to being able to use this tank, you know, from somewhat being hauled down, being under, you know, and having got armor there. But that DPM like carried right there. That was a very lucky shot. Carried it there, and that was the end of the game. The two heavies that were down there the entire time, they actually had 3-on-2 and took them the entire match to get them. So this was an MC1. It was also a good game. It did 2,600 damage. So hope that helps you. I know that JPanther seems to be a popular tank in the clan, so I hope you enjoyed how I do it, even though I probably don't do it that well. And send us your video, guys. Let's get some more up there. Have a great day.